good-looking woman, then just get out of my way. Show me the jukebox, I'll tell you what songs you should play. Now sooner or later, a few shots of bourbon, and I'll think of something to say. Whoa, I can take her or leave her, I'd like to take her away. Liquor and music, a good combination, if you got a love on the brain. Now I never knew two women who acted the same. Some wanna drink first, some wanna just sit and talk. Whoa, it's 2 in the morning, I'm running and she walks home. Something's got a hold on me, it's cheap but it ain't free. Love or something like it's got a hold on me. That's when I ask her, my place or your place, I hope I'm not out of line. Just the right woman this time. 'Cause she knew a hotel, she even had a name we could sign. Whoa, whoa, the cheaper the grapes are, the sweeter the taste of the wine. Something's got a hold on me, it's cheap but it ain't free. Love or something like it's got a hold on me. Something's got a hold on me, it's cheap but it ain't free. Love or something like it's got a hold on me. Love or something damn near like it's got a hold on me. See how many of your family members you recognize that it's family reunion. You might be a redneck if all the kids are running through the sprinklers in the yard. Never seen them laughing so hard. Look at Dad, the undisputed master of the grill, showing off his barbecue skills. Grandma's at the picnic table, slicing up the peaches. Grandpa's just about right for one of his speeches. Get up, there's dancing to be done. The party's just begun, everybody's gonna have a good time. Get up, let's celebrate our love for one another all day, all night. Yeah, it's a beautiful night. Uncle Charlie's preaching God politics again, but he's got mustard on his chin. Mama's so sweet, fighting back those sentimental tears, 'cause she's got everybody here. You and me, it feels so good just to be together. God only help us, girl, but then that's better. Get up, there's dancing to be done. The party's just begun, everybody's gonna have a good time. Get up, let's celebrate our love for one another all day, all night. Yeah, it's a beautiful life. These are the things that really matter. So get a little closer, sing a little louder. Get up, there's dancing to be done. The party's just begun, everybody's gonna have a good time. Get up, let's celebrate our love for one another all day, all night. Yeah, it's a beautiful life. you very much and welcome. You will be happy to know, no doubt, those are the two loudest songs I know. My God, if you could just see the expressions on your faces. I started laughing in the middle of the second song. I was standing over here singing to this group of people. This is not a compliment. I looked at, I swear to God, I saw 100 people looking at me like. You know what's great though? We usually don't get to see faces, and I know you think that's strange, but think about any show you've been to, they always keep it dark from here back, and you never get to see your audience. Well, it dawned on me one night, my God, these people could leave and I wouldn't even know it. So I had them put these special lights in so I could watch you. I am at this point unconvinced that was a smart move. If you could see the things I can see from here. You know, first of all, it is not my nature to pick on individuals. As a rule. But I cannot pass this up. There is a lady here tonight, and I'm not going to tell you where she is, but she's about 10 or 12 rows back. She has the biggest binoculars I have ever seen in my life. What are you trying to see, for God's sake? I'm going to be over here a lot tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I think binoculars in the first 10 rows are an invasion of privacy. I don't care where you are. You know what's really cool about the lights, though? The guys in the band and I, we figured out the other night that by being able to see you guys, we're convinced that halfway through this show, we can pick out married couples from unmarried couples. I know you think I'm kidding, but look around for yourself. We start singing the love songs, the unmarried couples, they lock up like, oh my God, this is forever. Yeah. And those married couples accidentally brush against each other. It's like, get away from me. 7 kids is enough for one family. We were actually in St. Louis, Missouri the other night, and I was singing Through the Years. I looked down, there's a little elderly couple seated literally right there. No question in my mind, that couple had to have been married at least 50 years. She got so excited about the lyrics to Through the Years. She reached over, put her arms through her husband's arms, laid her head on his shoulder. I actually heard that man say to his wife, I didn't like that song then. And I don't like it now. What a joy he must be to live with. You know what? I've done 2 songs. I bet I could walk through here right now with a very high degree of accuracy and point out to you the men that did not want to come here tonight. You. What is your name? Wait, I'm talking to him. Love the way you throw your voice. That's good. What is your name? Alan. May I call you Alan? Good. Call me Mr. Rogers. Alan, you know what? I'm going to give you 4 categories. I want to see how close I am. I'm going to give you 4 categories. A, you're a really big fan. B, you're not a particularly big fan, but you heard some of the songs I've recorded. C, you could care less about me, but you would kill for this shirt. I think I found Alan. Or D, you will be so glad when this show is over. A, B, C, or D? About a B. I mean, 4 categories, he can't pick one. He's about, are you moving up to B or down from A? Just so I know. You know, 2 things you should know, Alan. It is my goal before you go find your car, wherever it is, that I put you solidly in the A category, okay? That's one thing. Another thing, equally, maybe more important, I'm not above buying fans. You stay out of this, you stay out of this. This is me and Alan. Alan, I'm going to give you $10 for every one of my hit songs you can name. No, stay out of this, stay out of it. This is my money we're playing with. Oh my God. He doesn't even know Islands in the Stream. Here, let me give you 10 for that. Hey, make sure that money gets back to Alan. We've got security down here. If we can just trust security. I mentioned what? Cover the county, yeah. Lady, see, you're cheating now, Alan. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this money in my pocket. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna sing some songs. If you hear a song you remember having been a hit, just raise your hand. I'll throw you $10. Can I tell you something that really makes me angry? It does not bother me that Alan's going to go home with $120 or $130 of my money. That doesn't bother me. What does bother me is that tomorrow morning he is going to be so excited about country music. He's going to go out and buy a Garth Brooks album with my money. So let me tell you guys what you can expect tonight. We are going to do most of the hits I think you expect to hear. We've actually gone back and picked up some old songs we haven't done in a while. And first of all, I want to tell you it's not important to me that one person leave here tonight saying he is the best singer I've ever heard, but it is important to me that each and every one of you leave here saying, I had a good time. So that's my goal, is to have a good time with you guys. This song was from an album, oh my God, 4 years ago. 10. He was sitting on a bar stool, a picture from the chief song. She'd been standing at the jukebox, dropping quarters all night long. So he said, tell me, are you lonely? Is there some place that we can go? She said, cowboy, you know I'm lonely, but there's something you should know. If you wanna find gold, go looking in the mountain. If you wanna find silver, go digging in stone. If you wanna find heaven, go reading in the Bible. If you wanna find love, go looking at home. She touched the gold ring on his finger. She held it to the jukebox light. She said, stranger, think what you're losing if you leave here with me tonight. So he pulled her body closer. Ouch. And he said, thank you for the lesson. And if you need me, I'll be at home. 'Cause if you wanna find gold, go looking in the mountain. If you wanna find silver, go digging in stone. If you wanna find heaven, go reading in the Bible. If you wanna find love, go looking at home. If you wanna find love, 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 go looking at home. Thank you. I can't remember when you weren't there, or when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can do. Through the years, you never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through the years, I've never long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I never ever done. We'd always work things out. I've learned what life's about by loving you through the years. Decorated my created a world where dreams are apart. Oh, and you decorated my life, created a world where dreams are apart. You decorated my life. You know, out of all of those ballads from the 80s, this was my favorite. I happen to know it's Alan's favorite as well. While she lays sleeping, I stay out late at night and play my songs. Sometimes all the nights can seem so long, and it's good when I finally make it home, all alone while she lays dreaming. I try to get undressed without the lights. Quietly she said, how was your night? And I come to her and say, it was all right. And I hold her tight. And she believes in me. God only knows just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little song. I was wrong, but she had faith in me, and so I'll go on trying faithfully. And who knows, maybe on some special night, if my song is right, I can find a way while she lays, while she waits for me. You've painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair. Ruby, are you contemplating going out somewhere? The shadow on the wall tells me the sun is going down. Oh, Ruby. It wasn't me that started that old crazy age, but I was proud to go and do my patriotic duty. Yes, it's true that I'm not the man I used to be. That doesn't even rhyme. She's leaving now, cause I just heard slamming of the door. The way I know I've heard it slam 100 times before. And if I could move, I'd get my gun in the ground. That is so bad. Never mind. I'll do it myself. For God's sakes, turn around. That was ugly. I will not soon forget that group. No, wait. That is the worst any group has ever sung that. Let me put this in perspective for you. They sang that better in Morocco. They don't even speak English in Morocco. So, you know, I want to do a really special song for you. This song was written by Don Schlitz. And for those of you who don't know who Don Schlitz is, he's the same guy that wrote The Gambler for me some 30 years ago. He has the most amazing gift for taking a moment in my life or a moment in your life and putting it to music so that everyone can relate to it. This song is about a little kid who plays baseball.
Yeah!
And it's called The Greatest. Now, if you have not heard this, I beg you to listen closely. But before I do this, I have to tell you a very funny story. A few weeks ago, I got a hit on my website from a lady with a story about these two guys that met in 1955 at a Major League Baseball game. They became the very best of friends. They went to every game they could go to. Baseball became their life. So now they're in their 90s, and it's Joe and Sam. And old Sam's on his deathbed, and his buddy Joe is standing there holding his hand, and he said, Sam, promise me something. When you get to heaven, find a way to let me know if they play baseball in heaven. And Sam said, Joe, I'll do that for you. And with that, old Sam passed away. So 3 days later, Joe's at the gravesite, looking down on the casket of his old friend, and the family backs up to give him his moment of privacy. And he goes, Psst, Joe. He goes, oh my God, Sam, if that's you, tell me, do they play baseball in heaven? He said, Joe, I have some good news, and I have some bad news. The good news is, yes, they play baseball in heaven. The bad news is, you're pitching Tuesday. Hey, you see, Alec, next Tuesday, he gets it. Little boy in a baseball hat stands in the field with his ball in bat. He says, I am the greatest player of them all. Puts his bat on his shoulder and tosses up his ball. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down. Swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. Now the little boy doesn't say a word, picks up his ball, he is undeterred. He says, I am the greatest there has ever been. And he grits his teeth and he tries it again. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. He makes no excuses, he shows has no fear. He just closes his eyes and listens to the cheer. Now the little boy, he adjusts his hair, picks up his ball, stares at his bed. He says, I am the greatest, and the game is on the line. So he gives his all one last time. And the ball goes up like the moon so bright, swings his bat with all his might. And the world's as still can be. The baseball falls, and that's strike three. Now it's supper time, and his mama calls. Little boy starts home with his bat and ball. He says, I am the greatest, and that is a fact. But even I didn't know I could pitch like that. A darn shit song. Thank you. Every now and then, when the world steps in, stealing all our time away, it soon takes so much we forget to touch. That's when I know it's time for me to say, take my hand, let's walk through love's door and be free from this world once more. Here's my love the world away. Once again, we'll be where our hearts are free, and the time is ours to share. Love will always stay just a touch away. Come with me, all the magic's waiting there. Take my hand, let's walk through love's door and be free from this world once more. Here's my heart, we can hide today and love the world away. We can love the world away. Thank you. Reuben James used to walk the furrowed fields of my mind. Faded shirts, the weathered brown, callous stains upon the ground. I loved you then and I love you now. Reuben James. The weather brown, colors dance upon the ground. Loved you then and I love you now. Who did you? Alan, just when you thought I had run out of hits. Everyone considered him the coward of the town. He never stood one single time to prove the guy wrong. His mama called him Tommy, but folks just called him Yellow. Something always told me they were reading Tom. Now he was only 10 years old. Daddy died in prison, and I took care of Tommy, 'cause he was my brother's son. I still recall the final words my brother said to Tommy. Son, my life is over, but yours has just begun. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. Now it don't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. The Gallows boys just laughed at him when he walked into the bar. One of them guys met him halfway across the floor. When Tommy turned around and said, "Hey, look, old Yellow's leaving." You could have heard a pin drop, but Tommy stopped and locked the door. 20 years of crawling, bottled up inside. He wasn't holding nothing back, he let them have it all. When Tommy left the barroom, again the boy was standing. He said, "This one's for Becky," as they watched the last one. I heard him say, "I promised you, Dad, not to do the things you've done. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. Now please don't think I'm weak, I couldn't turn the other cheek. Papa, I sure hope you understand. Sometimes you gotta fight to be a man." Everyone considered him the coward of the county. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers, hoping no one else discovers where they go and what they do in their secret hideaway. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers, they don't want to hurt the other, so they love in the nighttime and shake hands in the light of day. I knew it'd come back to me. Why some men, why don't you sing it when I need you? The woman needs a lover and a friend. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers, hoping no one else discovers where they go and what they do in their secret hideaway. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers, they don't want to hurt the other, so they love in the nighttime and shake hands in the light of day. Daytime friends. Thank you. I was actually in the middle of singing Daytime Friends the other night, And I started thinking about a group of songs I'd recorded. And I realized all of a sudden, if you take songs like Reuben James, Ruby Don't Take It Of the Town, Cowboy of the County, Daytime Friends, The Gambler, Lucille, I have had an incredible career singing about dysfunctional families. And that list goes on and on. So a few years ago, I found a song single-handedly proved to me once and for all. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Here's this poor guy doing everything he can. He cannot make her happy. He works hard to give her all he thinks she wants. A 3-car garage and her own credit card. He slips in late and wakes her up with a kiss goodnight. If he could only read her mind, she'd say, buy me a rose, call me from work, open a door for me, what would it hurt? Show me you love me by the look in your eyes. These are the little things I need the most in my life. Now the days turn into years of feeling all alone, and she can't help but wonder what she's doing wrong. And lately she'd try anything to turn his head. Would it make a difference if she said, buy me a rose, call me from work, open a door for me, what would it hurt? Show me you love me by the look in your eyes. These are the little things I need most in my life. Now the more that he lives, the less that he tries to show her the love that he holds inside. And the more that she gives, the more that he sees. This is a story of you and me. So I bought you a rose on the way home from work, to open the door to a heart that I hurt. And I hope you notice by the look in my eyes, I'm gonna make things right for the rest of your life. Rest of your life. And I'm gonna hold you tonight. Do all those little things for the rest of your life. And I'm gonna hold you tonight. Now, you can say what you want to about this concept, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, but I'm telling you, I started that song, and every woman here went, and every man went, oh my God. Oh, I can't tell you why I love her, I don't even know myself. All I know is she gives me feelings I can't get from anyone. She told me that I could easily fly. Here I am believing, and I don't know why. First of all, I have a shock for you guys. I haven't always been this old. I was young once. And back in the 60s, I was with a group called the First Edition. And it was such a great period in my life because we did some cool stuff. I mean, the First Edition had about 8 top 10 records. And Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town was First Edition. Reuben James was First Edition. These next 2 songs are First Edition songs. So see if you remember. I have to tell you a story about this first song. I personally went to every radio station I could get to play this song when it came out. And they all told me it was too sexy. So I go to London, I do the Tom Jones show. When I get back home, by the time I land, every radio station in the United States is playing this song. You lie in gentle sleep beside me. I hear your warm and rhythmic breathe. I take your hand and hold it tightly. Listen, can you not hear our young hearts beat? I kiss the sleep from your eyes, sweeter than the morning, and here it comes. Can't you feel it, baby? Here it comes. Feel it. It's love. I'm sorry, I started laughing in the middle of that because as I looked out over this audience, I realized probably 50% of you weren't even born in 1967. So, for those of you who didn't know the First Edition, it was a group that was truly way ahead of its time. This song kind of started a whole trend in that period of time. So do I do that now or after the song? We're adding some stuff here. Okay, I'll do it now. Both of us. Okay. I have to tell you first of all that this is my 50th year of being in the music business. And last April I did a television show called My First 50 Years. The insinuation is, of course, there'll be a second 50. And I don't like my chances of doing that. But it was so much fun. It was, we had, all my friends were there, Dolly Parton, Lionel Richie, Smokey Robinson, Alison Krauss, Wynonna Judd, Tim McGraw, the Oak Ridge Boys. I mean, it was an incredible, the people I'd been friends with. And they all sang a song I'd recorded over the 50-year period of time. And it was so cool, but what made it so special to me is that we had all of the original members of the First Edition there. So we got a chance to do this song. First of all, I am convinced at this point that my audience falls into one of 2 groups of people. People born since 1980, whose parents forced them to listen to my music as child abuse, and then born before the 60s, but can no longer remember the 60s. So pick and choose one. But this song was from the first edition song from the 50s. Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in. I woke up this morning with the sun down shining. I found my mind in a brown paper bag, but then I tripped on a cloud and fell 8 miles high. I told my mind on a jagged sky. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was. Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in. I pushed my soul in a deep dark hole, then I followed. Watched myself crawling out as I was crawling in. Yeah, I got up so tight I could not unwind. I saw so much, I broke my mind. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was. I said I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was. Yeah, whoa. You know, for those of you who are too young to have lived through the 60s, I would like to give you a little sample of what that song was all about. This is what the first edition was telling the people of the 60s. At least it explains why they were so screwed up. Listen to this. The second verse. I pushed my soul in a deep dark hole. Then I followed it in. I watched myself crawling out as I was crawling in. It gets better. I got so uptight, I couldn't unwind. I saw so much, I broke my mind. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Hey, if nothing else, young or old, we can all agree right here tonight, they just don't write songs like that anymore. You know, I have been so blessed in my career to be able to sing duets with some of the most beautiful and talented women, with Dottie West, Kim Carnes, Sheena Easton, Winona Judd, Ronnie Millsap. I mean, it's just been one right after the other. But it's been a great thing for me.
I wonder if she's here.
And, putting partners aside, and Dolly Parton.
Yeah!
Incidentally, we have a brand new single that you can download now. It's not out yet, but you can download it. So take that. I'll download it for all of you. We'll play it right here. This is my favorite duet I've ever done. I know it's late. I know you're weary. I know your plans don't include me. Still here we are, both of us lonely, longing for shelter from all that we see.